good against these guys last time too. But Isaiah's playing so good right now, rebounding every ball and doing the stuff he's doing. You got to leave him in the game. So when you leave him in the game, what does that mean? If he plays a lot of minutes, what does it mean?
Means team's playing good.
It means someone else can't get the minutes because there's only 200 minutes. That's all there is. So, you know, again, we're still some balls we needed to make, and we let them back in on some turnovers again. And, you know, but we, like I told him, that's a happy locker room. You know, this team has been through the gauntlet and, you know, winning and playing like we did in the first half where we should have been up 15-16. And then they make a run and we don't fold. We don't fold. We just keep fighting and we push it back to 7. That is big for this team. Big.
Jerry Tipton.
John, could you elaborate on that, on why it's big for the guys that a big lead goes away and yet they have the resolve to win?
Yeah, look, everybody's going to make runs. And what I told them, they're going to make a run, and then you got to make a run back at them. That's the game of basketball. And then you're trying to make the last run of the game, or at least hold on, which is what we did. But how about we foul? And again, you guys watched it. I didn't watch the tape. Was that 3-point? Did Davion foul on that?
No. Not much, if any.
I mean, we get those calls though too.
Go, Daryl Bird.
Yeah, John, tonight was the 20th game of the season. In a typical year, and I know this isn't typical, but in a typical year, you're 2/3 of the way through the regular season, which a lot of time has been when your teams really start to turn the corner. Are you sensing that out of this team right about now?
They're building their own confidence together. They're finally becoming a team, but there are points in the game where guys got to do what they do. I got to do this. And then all of a sudden it's a turnover. Like our defensive schemes that we used in this game, when we broke down, they scored. And we're just talking again about engaging the team. Here's the issue this team still has. A raindrop hits a couple of these players and their body language is so bad, you got to get them out of the game. You can't, if you're not playing well, you got to say, what am I going to do to help this team win? I can't worry about me. I can't shake my head on a missed shot. Forget it. It's next. And we're learning to be a better team. But, you know, we're all I'm trying to tell you is let's have individual players be at their best. Let's have this team coming together. Vandy took us out of stuff today where they trapped some of the stuff we were doing down the middle. They trapped us. We'll be better next time we see it, but you know, it's hard to talk guys through. But again, we had turnovers again. You know, Davion threw a ball long. Like, why'd you do that? We didn't need the play. We have the ball. Another one where there's a loose ball, and instead of picking it up, he tries to advance it, and they get the ball, and then all of a sudden it's like anybody's ball game. There was a rebound late. Our guard didn't pick up. We did everything we spoke. Go get the ball. And again, I think that's part of, all right, you know, we don't want to lose. You can't play not to lose. You play to win. And those plays, that rebound, that easy play, that running that clock, making them foul, making free throws. Now, I'll tell you, Devin made those free throws and Jacob made those free throws at the end, but so did Vandy. They made them too.
John Hale.
Cal, considering the original plan was for Jacob to redshirt and spend the whole year in the weight room, does this almost feel like some free money in his development, what you're getting out of him, especially a performance like tonight?
Yeah, I was so happy. What I said to the team after, a real team, a team really doesn't know who's going to have that big game. And whoever it is, everybody's ecstatic for. And they were ecstatic for him in that locker room. And that's what I'm saying. We're becoming a team. Instead of doing what I want to do, what does this team need me to do? And Jacob went in, looked good. We were able to put him on the point guard, which meant we could switch him to the big guy. And you're right. It's for Jacob. This is found money. This is money he found in the couch. nice bit of change you picked up.
Kyle Tucker,
Yeah, Cal, how much has Davion, he mentioned, I think when he hit the first game winner against Vanderbilt, that he'd missed a shot like that at Creighton. And then it was great to see it go down. And it seems like since then, he's sort of picked up this confidence that if it has to be him at the end of the game, he wants it to be, other than the time you yelled at him, and then he can make those shots.
Well, and here's the thing. I'm trying to make it so these kids play loose and free. If you don't shoot an open shot, you're coming out. I'd rather have a missed shot than a turnover. If you're guarded, don't shoot it. Pass it to somebody else. We had, again, today, 17 assists. Think about it. Do you understand it was only a month ago we were having 5 assists and no one would pass it to anybody, and they all look bad. We couldn't score 55 points. So and I'm also, what I said, we have some other guys that aren't throwing daggers. They're going over. And they're all big plays. And I'm saying a guy that throws daggers is not afraid to miss the game winner. He's not afraid to miss the shot that can change the game, because he's not thinking in those terms. He's thinking, if I miss it, I can't believe it. Giving me it again, and I'm taking it again. But I'll tell you, it takes a confident person, a mentally tough person, to be able to do that. So, and again, those free throws that those guys make, those were daggers now. Those were daggers too.
John Clay,
John, you mentioned defensive scheme earlier. You held Pippen without a point in the first half. What were you doing, and how effective do you think you were against him?
Well, we did some things different, and that's what's been fun. We ran a play today that got us 4 baskets that I just put in. That's what makes it fun for me. I have to figure out ways that we can get some freebies because of this team. We cannot get our own shot. We can't. We can't give it to a guard. He's not going to get by anybody. It's not how this team has to play. Defensively, the same thing. I love it. I told him this is what makes it fun for me, coming up with things defensively and offensively that can help them, that they go in the game and the stuff works.
Larry Vaught,
You guys didn't even see the new play, did you?
Yeah, we liked it. but I was going to
What
ask
was
you,
it,
John.
Larry? It was the hook shot from the top of the key.
I'm sorry I didn't hear you, but I was going to ask you, when you're talking about players need to do things to help you win when they're not always at their best, like tonight, Keon, 1 of 6, 4 turnovers, but he comes up with 9 rebounds,
9
5
rebounds.
assists, 4 blocks, and 1 steal. Is
Right.
that exactly what you're talking about?
It is, but I expect more from him. Like, he had 4 turnovers. You know what I'm saying? I see him as a star, and there are times we all see it, and there are other times we don't see it. So what is that? That is all mental, and that is all a toughness, a mental toughness that he's growing into. But I'll tell you, it's whether it's him or BJ or Devin or Davion, I'm rolling with who's playing at that point. Like Jacob, I wouldn't have subbed him at all if he could have lasted in the game, because he was playing too well. He came up with the last rebound and won the game, correct?
Right. And when you look at the free throw shooting too, is that just another way that when you have to take what's going on and you go up there and, I mean, you guys hit 24 or 25. Have you been coaching the free throw shooting?
No, I'm not coaching anything. I just roll out balls. You know that. I don't do anything. But you had them. They shot 28 free throws, I believe, or 29 free throws, whatever it is, and made a bunch too. So we both shot well from the line. They made 23. We made 24.
all right, last question with Daryl Bird.
Yeah, John, you always talk about your better teams becoming empowered at some point. Do you sense empowerment coming, or are you going to have to steer this ship the rest of the way, you think?
I don't know. I hope so. I hope it becomes empowered. There are times I see it, but again, what happens to individual players who aren't playing well, you can't have an empowered team when you have 2 or 3 guys that when things aren't going well, they can't be in there. You're not empowered then. An empowered team is, they know we're not robots and we're not machines. We're not going to play great every night out, but we can fight. We can go for loose balls. We can take charges. We can do everything else and rebound and play tough and scramble. I can do all that. That doesn't take skill, but you cannot do it when your mind is only focused on yourself, how you're doing it. And we're trying to crack through that with this team, and we got way better, way better.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Okay, Jacob Toppin will be joining us in just a second. All right, thanks, Jacob, for coming. If you have a question, raise your hand. We'll start with Kyle Tucker.